Hey lovelies, Esther here. Yeah, I'm on call at the hospital. Here's my badge. There we go. Whence this beautiful studio setting. But it's January 1st, 2021. And yesterday we completed the Drop 'em 78 Tarot Challenge, where each day the invitation was to, using a single deck for all 78 days, to go through the tarot and to really calibrate each day's card against one's life, and sort of diving deeper and deeper into the cards, into your life, into the mandala of tarot and all it has to say. And the reason I scheduled the Drop 'em 78 challenge the way I did was because I always intended for it to lead right up to the first of the new year, to give us an opportunity to take that in-depth exploration of a deck into our Wheel of Life spread for the year. So this is my Wild Unknown. I've been using this deck for Wheels of Life spread, Wheel of Life spreads, there we go, for quite some time now. This year is no exception. It's also the deck that I use for the Drop 'em 78 challenge. It's also the deck whose emblems adorn my flesh. It's a deck that I wouldn't call my soul deck exactly. There are other decks that I love deeply and whose artwork resonates more for me, but I was really drawn to this deck from the get-go. It's Pacific Northwest feel, and the more I've learned about Kim Krans as an artist, as an author, her graphic memoir, which is kind of like a Jungian charting of the soul, Blossoms and Bones. It's such a beautiful and deep read. So, you know, I love Kim Krans. I trust her. I trust her spiritual vision. And I trust this deck. So, the Wild Unknown, 2021. Okay, let's start with one more shuffle. We're going to start with the theme card for the year. And it is, and I don't do reversals with these Wheels of Life, it is Justice. Okay, interesting. Justice, a card that is so much about what it means to find wholeness, to see the ways in which we divide up our lives into good and bad, right or wrong, black or white, and to find a way to make things whole, to make things right, to find the balance, which also means being ready to face the losses in our life and to face the consequences of the choices we've made. Sometimes the deepest realization of justice is that we can't make things right, that the world is broken, but even recognizing that is a movement toward healing and wholeness. Okay, so now, the card for January. Oh, okay. The Four of Swords. Maybe I'll move so that this is not as pretty a view, but at least it will allow me to not have to move so far when I put the cards down on the cloth. Okay, so sorry, this is a wonky ass video. Sorry, folks. Okay, there we go. So yeah, the Four of Swords. So that sense of suspension and rest and meditation. I love Kim Kranz's drawing of it, and that sort of third eye at the center of the lamb's forehead. Whoops. Okay, Father of Wands just jumped as my February card. Powerful card. A card of of striking forth with energy, meeting the world, air of fire. Air is the accelerant of fire. And so the Father of Wands, the King of Air, the King of Wands, very much like how do we bring that impulse of the wands, of the fire of the wands, how do we bring that into an expansive, all-encompassing vision of our lives and of our relationship to the world. The cobra strikes. Lightning strikes the cobra, and the cobra strikes. Okay, March. Oh, I love this card. Judgment, a sense of liberation, awakening, of feeling the call of spirit, of feeling the call of awakening, our own true calling. Yeah, what it means in this card for the darkness to become light and for all the pieces to rise as one. And now, February, March, April. Oh, Daughter of Pentacles. This is a card that's forever emblazoned for me with my dog Homer. It was the card that I drew in December of 2008, or for December of 2018 when he died. And although it's gendered female in this deck, the Page of Pentacles, that sense of earth, the sweetness of being so close to our embodiment, so close to the body. And although I hate the expression, the rainbow bridge, when animals die and people say, oh, they've crossed the rainbow bridge. It's like, no, they've freaking died. I can't help but see that sense of crossing over in this rainbow. And now, January, February, March, April, May of 2021. The Fool. Beginnings, beginner's mind, freshness, blankness, the moment of emergence and the possibility of being shaped by one's experience. And how do we meet our lives with that openness, that freshness, that folly? Yeah, beautiful. I love the Fool in this deck. Okay, February, March, April, May. January, February, March, April, May, June. June in the year of justice, yeah. Oh, God, I feel like I'm getting, cards that are like all cards that super speak to me, that have, how there's 78 cards, but they don't, all 78 of them have the same weight in your life. The Two of Wands, the card of opening into the world, of embarkation. It's not quite going through the portal and committing oneself of the Three of Wands, but it is that sense of, okay, here's the horizon. Here's the horizon. Now what? So June. July's been historically for me a very intense month for the past 4 years or so. Actually, ever since I started doing these Wheel of Life spreads and recording them, July has been intense, so that's interesting. So what is July this year? Oh, fuck. Are you kidding me? Okay. Fuck me. Okay. I mean, I love the Tower, because, yeah, life bursts open. And usually that happens with pain and gnashing of teeth. That's something that I know for sure as a chaplain in seeing the tragedies around me. So life bursts open and transforms, and we make meaning, because what the fuck else are we gonna do? So, yeah. I like that there are not just one lightning strike in this card. The traditional iconography is like the lightning bolt, but here we got two. One ain't enough. Those two strikes sort of echo the two human figures in the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery for this card, which suggests that those two human figures are themselves the transformation of lightning. You know, we carry it ourselves. It's not the external events that happen. We're the ones who register that strike, right? It's how our hearts are cleft in two. Yeah. August. Yeah, this is an interesting card, right? The Seven of Cups, as Kim Krans interprets it, where it's sort of like, you know, you're seeing things the wrong way. It's a card about kind of delusion for her, illusion. So, you know, you're seeing it as if it's mountains against the sky, but really, it's mountains against the sky. Yeah, sun, night. For me, the Seven of Cups is more, you know, I follow the traditional iconography of that card, and meaning of that card as being a card that's about here are all these options, and, you know, carry your choice. In that way, it's a card that really relates to justice. It's like, you know, you make decisions, and your world is shaped accordingly, and meet that. We don't live without making a mark on the world, so don't be afraid to make that mark. The thing about justice in Kim Krans' deck, I love how it creates an X. Do you see that? The lines create an X. That sense from the Marseille Tarot of the wands as the suit of those batons crossing each other. If you can picture a batons or wands card in a Marseille deck, it's really, the wands are very much a suit of encounter, of meeting our lives, right? Meeting the world, striking the world. But justice also carries that sense of, yeah, you got to make your mark. You got to meet it. We don't get to just have everything. And the Seven of Cups is very much a card that's about, you make choices, and that is a human life. And to see that without grief, and to see that without denial, and to see that as, you know, you are the sum of the choices you've made, intentional or unintentional choices. Okay, so January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. I feel like I've gotten the Three of Cups as a September card before. You know, just this is such a sweet card with its sense of celebration and community and communion. Although in this depiction, it's hard to know if that meeting, that communion, that celebration is a sunrise or a sunset. September of this year, 2022, did I say 2021 at the beginning of this video? I might have done. Anyway, 2022 is where we are. It's my 20th wedding anniversary. Now, I will say, it's November will mark my 21st wedding anniversary, because hubby and I were married twice, once before a judge and the other before the whole smorgasbord of family and friends. But I had been thinking, you know, do I want to have sort of a post-COVID, God willing, goddess willing, universe willing, post-COVID, really big celebration? Our wedding anniversary is September 1st. So maybe that card is suggesting, yeah, celebrate. Okay, October. Oh, 10 of Pence. Nice. So, you know, family, legacy, generations, the whole thing coming together at the level of embodiment, the level of heart. This October, again, God, Goddess, universe willing, I will be doing a workshop with Robert Place on Buddhism and Tarot at the Omega Institute in Rhinebeck, New York, which I'm very excited about, to collaborate with Robert, that he agreed to do this with me. It's going to be working with his deck, but then also his Buddha Tarot, which is coming out in February. And I'll say lots more about this in other videos, but his Buddha Tarot is coming out in February, a re-release of it. It hasn't been in print since 2004 or so. So part of the workshop, it's a 5-day workshop at the Omega Institute. Part of it will be, you know, Robert talking about his deck, us working with his deck, and part of it will be me talking about Buddhism and Tarot in a more generic sense, and also providing some Buddhist meditation guidance and sort of generic mindfulness support. So it'll really be a tarot, mindfulness, Buddhism extravaganza. I'm very excited about it. So, you know, in some ways, the Ten of Pentacles is a card about bringing it all together, and the aspiration to collaborate with Robert Place has been something I wanted to do forever. And for me, bringing Buddhism and tarot together, this is like a big part of my life's work right now. So October, Ten of Pentacles, bringing it all together. And now, November. Oh, the Chariot. Now, this is one of my least favorite depictions of the Chariot ever, because it reduces the complexity of this card with its charioteer, and two horses or sphinxes. That card has so many moving pieces, and really, in its traditional iconography, points to the ways in which growth and accomplishment and development require an integration and coordination of all our parts. You know, we are many. We apparently singular beings. We are not just one, we are many. And particularly the kind of black and white iconography of the traditional imagery, where there's a good horse and a bad horse, or a good sphinx and a bad sphinx, a black and a white, a left and a right, and the way that relates to Plato and the allegory of the soul in Plato's dialogue, the Phaedrus, very important to me. So, you know, this kind of flattens that. But that image of the horse and the horse's freedom and its movement and this sense of opening, of aperture, of a moving through space, moving forward, and the way that sun and eye and opening are all brought together. The echo between this card and Kim Kranz's Devil card with the pentagram, here a pentacle, the moon on the horse's forehead. You know, these are beautiful images. So at any rate, the Chariot, the sense of a dynamic, stable movement, that 4 + 3 that makes up the 7, stability of the 4, the 3 of dynamism, growth, movement, the Chariot moving forward, and the steadiness of that movement forward, that sense of being guided, directed towards some opening, maybe an opening related to this 2 of Wands, an opening, an aperture. The 7th trump, also relating to the 17th trump, the star, and that sense again of moving towards something, our pole star, our north star, our aspiration. Maybe related to the way in which the 7 of Cups urges us to choose, to find a direction, to commit. So November, a month of the charioteer moving forward. And finally, December, oh, Father of Cups, Heir of Water. Ending on a good note, a note of that ability to encompass the full waters of the soul. In some ways, this echoes what I was saying to my husband last night is my resolution for the year. I long to grow more patient, more tender, more open. I think I long to grow into the King of Cups. So, December. There she goes. All right, my lovelies. Happy New Year. Thank you all for your practice, and I'll be back soon. Bye-bye.